So the die is cast. JLO and Ben Affleck are getting divorced, and we have the proof. You broke a story over the weekend. They are selling the marital mansion they bought almost a year ago to the day.
Is there a naked Jennifer Lopez video somewhere? Everybody says you got it. You want to sell it on the internet. Have you seen it?
Have I seen it? I don't know about smiling like I seen it.
Crying a lot. She was a mess. Probably what was going through her mind is her career flashes before her eyes.
We all knew that the love story between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez wasn't as picture perfect as it seemed, but who could have predicted that things would get this bad? Reports have surfaced suggesting that Ben Affleck might be in possession of FBI tapes from the Diddy raids, tapes that allegedly involve none other than his wife, Jennifer Lopez.
Have I seen it? I don't know if I'm smiling like I seen it.
The whispers are growing louder, and questions are mounting. What do these tapes reveal about JLO's past with Diddy? Did Ben stumble upon something so disturbing that it shook the very foundation of their relationship, or is it just another Hollywood rumor blown out of proportion? Did Jennifer Lopez witness something during those tumultuous times with Diddy, something that she never spoke about?
Obviously, nobody really wants to be arrested or handcuffed or, go through all that kind of stuff. It's a really traumatic experience.
Could this revelation be linked to any criminal activities or scandals involving Diddy? Let's find out. The entertainment world is buzzing with rumors that Ben Affleck has come into possession of tapes that the FBI collected during their raids on Diddy. These tapes allegedly feature his wife, Jennifer Lopez, in some compromising or, at the very least, highly sensitive situations. Suge Knight has revealed his theory for the cause of the rumors swirling that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are getting a divorce, and it centers around disgraced bad boy music executive Diddy. In a recent episode of his podcast, Collect Calls with Suge Knight, the former Death Row CEO made a series of explosive claims suggesting a bizarre connection between the FBI, Jennifer Lopez, and her estranged husband, Ben Affleck. Knight alleged that the FBI handed over tapes incriminating Lopez, recovered from raids on Diddy's homes in Miami and Los Angeles, to Affleck. Knight says the content on the tapes is potentially causing a rift in Affleck's marriage with Lopez. They go raid Puffy's house, and they get all these videos of JLO doing this and JLO doing that. Knight started off. Knight rehashed the infamous nightclub shooting incident in 1999 that involved Lopez and Diddy, using it as a reference point to illustrate the erosion of JLO's credibility. They know the fact that Jay lied and said that the gun was Shine's or whatever, and sent that man to prison, destroyed his life, and she knew it was Puffy's, he said. He further insinuated that the FBI decided to notify Affleck about the discovery of the alleged tapes due to the potential impact they could cause should they go public, much like the fallout from Diddy's 2016 hotel assault tape on his ex-girlfriend, Cassie. "I'm quite sure they probably called," he said, and the FBI gave respect and a courtesy call to Ben Affleck. "It's a white man who got respect in the white world. I'm quite sure they said, 'We want to show you some things about your wife,' when he seen the stuff that her and Puff were doing and who they'd be doing it with. I'm quite sure that they gave his of those tapes, and I'm quite sure he can never look at her the same." He went on to suggest that Affleck would be unable to reconcile his feelings for Lopez based on her past actions after seeing the tapes. "I'm quite sure they're headed for divorce, because that's a man who had a good life," he said. "Great parents, don't spend a lot of money, ain't tripping off paparazzi, he's living his life, he got his own team. She done brought all the extra stuff out, and now that man won't out." For context, the story begins with a series of raids conducted by the FBI on Diddy's properties during a time of heightened tension and controversy. The raids, which were part of a larger investigation into criminal activities, reportedly unearthed a treasure trove of information, including tapes that could implicate various celebrities. Among these tapes, rumors suggest, were recordings involving Jennifer Lopez, who was romantically linked with Diddy during that tumultuous period. Fast forward to today, and Ben Affleck finds himself in possession of these tapes. But how did they come into his hands, and what exactly do they reveal? Suge Knight, a notorious figure in the music industry, has claimed that Ben has seen these tapes, and that their content is shocking enough to shake the foundation of his marriage with JLO. But what could be on those tapes that would lead to such drastic conclusions? The rumors are rife with speculation. One theory is that the tapes might show JLO witnessing or being aware of illegal activities connected to Diddy. Another is that the tapes captured JLO in intimate or compromising situations, which could tarnish her reputation and strain her relationship with Ben. Could the content be so damaging that it led Ben Affleck to question everything about his marriage? To understand the significance of these tapes, we need to revisit the history between JLO and Diddy. You see, once upon a time, Jennifer Lopez was swept off her feet by the charisma of Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Everybody was booked, including Jennifer Lopez. They spent the night in the precinct.
She was crying a lot. She was a mess.
Now, everything he did when he was with JLO is finally coming out, following the ongoing federal investigations against him.
Live pictures from the home of Sean Combs, also known as Diddy. HSI is on the scene right now. We also do have video from his home in Los Angeles. HSI Los Angeles is on scene there.
Jennifer Lopez and Sean P. Diddy Combs have a history. They met on the set of her music video for If You Had My Love in 1999, before splitting in 2001, amid rumors Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, had been unfaithful, something Lopez later confirmed. The pair were arrested soon after they started dating following a shooting at a Times Square nightclub in December 1999 that left 3 people injured. Lopez was released from custody without being charged after 14 hours in jail, while Diddy later walked free after a 7-week trial, which saw his protégé Jamal Barrow, long suspected to be the fall guy, convicted and sentenced to 10 years. In a candid interview with British Elle in July 2000, Lopez opened up about a harrowing experience that shook her world, describing it as a complete nightmare.
Obviously, nobody really wants to be arrested or handcuffed or, go through all that kind of stuff. It's a really traumatic experience.
The aftermath of the shooting incident was not confined to emotional scars alone. Legal battles ensued, amplifying the complexities of an already distressing situation. Notably, in 2008, a staggering lawsuit amounting to $130 million was filed against Combs by one of the victims, seeking reparation for the damages incurred during the incident. Eventually, in 2011, Combs reached a settlement with all 3 individuals, including the victim, the terms of which were kept confidential. The call to reopen the case comes as Combs faces mounting legal trouble. Earlier this year, Homeland Security agents swarmed Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami in raids that law enforcement sources told the Post were prompted by sexual assault allegations. The federal raids on Combs' residences have thrust him into a whirlwind of legal turmoil. 1 month after Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed an explosive lawsuit claiming the music mogul repeatedly sexually assaulted him from September 2022 to November 2023, while Jones was a producer and videographer for The Billionaire. Jones compared Combs to Jeffrey Epstein and accused the mogul of groping his genitals, grooming him into having sex, and forcing him to procure sex workers and drugs. Jones alleged in his suit that Diddy was violent, threatened to eat his face, brandished guns, and most pointedly was often bragging about bribing witnesses and jurors in the criminal case concerning the 1999 Nice nightclub shooting with Shine. The shooting stemmed from an argument between Diddy and a Brooklyn thug named Matthew Allen, who was nicknamed Scar. Diddy, his bodyguard Anthony Jones, and Shine Barrow endured a 7-week trial in February and March 2001, which ended with Diddy and Jones walking free, and Barrow, then 21, being convicted on assault and gun possession, sentenced to 10 years in prison. Mystery still surrounds the Club New York shooting, especially for former Detective Parker, who left the so-called hip-hop cop squad at the NYPD and is now a private investigator. In any case, Diddy has been dogged for years by rumors that he made Shine, now known as Moses Michael Levi Barrow, and who is the opposition leader of the House of Representatives in Bice, take the fall for the incident. The story was that Puff was flossing, which is what they call someone on the streets who's throwing money around and acting like a big shot. Parker said Scar felt disrespected because he felt he was as important as Puff, and words were exchanged, and then bullets started flying. Shots were fired, and Lopez and Diddy fled the club after the shooting in a Lincoln Navigator. Diddy's driver, Wardell Fenderson, later said that he blew past several red lights as they careened down 43rd Street and onto 8th Avenue, weaving past 2 police cars. Shine busted off in the air, Fenderson quoted Lopez as saying before cops pulled them over. Former NYPD Detective Derek Parker told the Post how, in the precinct, her mother was yelling at JLO in Spanish, and she was really mad at Jennifer. I heard her say, "I told you not to get involved with him." Lopez was released from custody without being charged after 14 hours in jail. Natana Rubin, who was one of the 3 victims in the club shooting, has long insisted that Combs shot her in the face. Natana Rubin, who was hit by a bullet at Club New York when the fight broke out between Diddy's entourage and a thug named Scar, claims that it was Diddy who shot her in the face. He denies it. Staff Jones, in his lawsuit, claims that Diddy openly bragged about committing the shooting and bribing witnesses and jurors to secure his acquittal. Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in the nightclub in New York.
I literally watched them pull out the guns. I've had a clear point of view. I mean, for God's sake, I got shot in my nose. I was facing them directly. I watched everything occur.
Jones he also alleged that Diddy bragged about using Lopez to smuggle the gun into the club. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka JLO, carried the gun into the club for him and passed him the gun after he got into an altercation with another individual. Jones alleged Diddy was backed by Glenn Beck, who was working security at the club that night and is now a martial arts expert who works with Deadly Art of Survival magazine. Beck testified at the 2001 trial, but told the Post that it appeared the prosecution was hell-bent on nailing Diddy and therefore did not ask him about Barrow, aka Shine. He called Jones' claims BS and said, "We knew Scar, we knew Shine. He was a wild kid from Brooklyn." Now, it looks like Lopez may get a call from Combs' lawyers. An expert told In Touch Weekly that Lopez may possess first-hand knowledge due to the New York City nightclub shooting that she and Combs were a part of in 1999. Jennifer Lopez's presence the night of the shooting incident, and then departing in the same vehicle as Combs, makes her a witness with first-hand knowledge and could subject her to being subpoenaed to testify under oath. Anyway, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.